All right. This is my take on this issue. I think that Melo World Peace just spoke on it. He was saying he agrees with LeBron James and certain other players taking time off, resting, and saying that some of these games don't matter. The little games don't matter. Only the postseason matters, really, right? This is my take on this, right? I have a very understanding viewpoint on both sides. Okay, I really do. I understand fans being very upset about this. Not everybody who watches these NBA players are rich. Sometimes some of these guys, when they do watch these games, when they are able to attend these games, this will be the only time all year to get to see LeBron James or Russell Westbrook or Stephen Curry or Klay Thompson or James Harden or Kevin Durant, who's injured, but still, you get the point. DeMarcus DeRozan, Kyle Lowry. You understand what I'm saying? Especially if you're purchasing these tickets and you're part of a team that's not that good anyway, but you see these road games like, oh, wow, they play Cleveland on April the 2nd. I think I'll go get that game. I think I'll purchase a ticket for that game. And then you find out that LeBron James and Kyrie and Kevin Love are not even going to fucking play. That would be disheartening for the average NBA fan. I think this ruins the quality of the game. Some of these games are being televised, and coaches are arresting their players for strategic reasons, and the average NBA fan don't want to see the second unit go against the other team's second unit. They don't want to see that. We already have enough problems in the NBA now. And I disagree completely when people say, well, the NBA has more stars now than ever. Are you kidding me? That's a joke. No, they aren't. There are more athletes now. I'll give them that. There are a lot more athletes in the NBA, but not basketball players. Not great basketball players. We're lacking that. We're lacking the star power that we used to have in the NBA. And you take the stars that you have now, it's hurting the product. That's why NBA ratings are so low now. Have you seen how NBA ratings are just lower now? I mean, and part of that is I think the lack of parity in the league. You look at it. You look at Major League Baseball, right? You look at Major League Baseball, and you see a different champion every year. You see different teams in the World Series every year. That's a beautiful thing to watch. When you look at other sports, look at NFL. You're seeing, the Patriots go a lot, but you still see different teams in the Super Bowl. Generally speaking, you haven't really seen a repeat champion in quite a while. That's a good thing for the average fan because you feel like your team, when you start the season, has a shot. That's not the case in the NBA. You feel like there's really only 2 or 3 teams that can potentially win a championship. And then with the other teams, like the Wizards and the Celtics and the Raptors and the Pacers, when you see their players rest, you start thinking to yourself, well, what the fuck are you resting for? You guys be busting your ass to catch up with the other guys. I guess I should throw a Western Conference team out there, even out that. Or the Jazz or somebody like that. Trailblazers. But, I understand the fans' perspective on that. And I see people say, well, I have to work a 9 to 5, and if I just miss time like that, I'll get fired, and these guys are overpaid, spoiled. Well, the NBA players are contracted too, though. So that's guaranteed money. And I'm pretty sure if many of you guys had signed a $35 million contract of guaranteed money, as long as you meet these certain demands within a year threshold, there's going to be times where you're going to be lazy and not doing shit too. Trust me. Also, I can't say these NBA players are lazy because they're in tip-top physical condition. they might be lazy when it comes to maximizing their overall talent at times, but they're not lazy individuals. Okay. Now, having said that, right, being critical of NBA players, what I don't like is the tonality of a lot of the criticism I'm hearing, right? Like, it smacks a little bit of, it's just a touch of, well, I'm not even going to go there, okay? But I don't like some of the, well, yeah, I'm going to say it. Some of it seems a little bit racially motivated. A little bit. Just a little bit, okay? Because what rubbed me the wrong way was Karl Malone. Well, when I played every game. And I loved it. Karl Malone came out there to play every freaking game. All right? He came out there and played every game. But what I didn't like was his comparison with policemen and firemen and, stop being lazy. It was sort of like one of those, go out there and play and pull your pants up and comb your hair and shave your facial hair and stop using that hip-hop slang. It was like one of those damn type of rants, you know what I mean? Everybody's not Karl Malone. Everybody can't play every game. Okay? Bill Walton. I mean, I know. I'm just saying, maybe if that was a strategy for Bill Walton when he played, instead of trying to play all 82 games, let him only play 60 games, rest 20-something games, or only play 65 games and rest 17 games, something like that. Play 2 games and rest a game. Maybe his career would have been expanded for another 3 or 4 years. See, for a guy like that might work. For certain players, maybe that type of strategy would have worked, and they would have had those early injuries that they started having. I don't know. But like I said, some of the tone of the criticism I don't like. Also, I don't like the fact that the criticism is being put on the players. Because the players aren't making, for the most part at least, the players aren't deciding to rest them. It's the coaches. It's the general manager. It's management. They're deciding to rest the players. So why are you criticizing the players? It'll be like, people want to use this 9-to-5 malarkey. It'll be like your boss telling you, hey, you're working too hard. Jim, you're working too fucking hard, all right? You've been out here and you're making great numbers. You're meeting your quotas, all right. But I think you're working too hard. Take the week off, all right. Take the week off and come back Monday. And then people in the office are calling Jim lazy and criticizing him and saying, "Well, how come I don't get a week off?" Well, how come? And and it's not even Jim; it's the manager. So on that aspect, I think management deserves the criticism and not the NBA players. People just like to look at these players as pampered, little spoiled, millionaire black athletes. Taken from the system. They always do that with black celebrities or whoever. It's like, with the money they have, they didn't earn. It's somehow off the hard-earned taxpayers' money or something. Even when you're a millionaire athlete, you're still a welfare case in a lot of people's eyes. That's just how I feel, man. I mean, that's just how I feel. You didn't earn your money. You know what I mean? But that's my take on it, man. I see the player side of it. Strategically, I do think it's a good thing to, especially the older players. Now, these younger players, no. Get out there and play. But older players like LeBron James, 33, 34, yeah, okay, I can understand that. I can understand that. Yeah. Maybe that would have worked for Larry Bird. After 1987, when he passed 30 years old, yeah, maybe they should have done something like that with Bird. Maybe his career would have been extended even a little bit further. You know what I'm saying? Maybe even a guy like Rasheed Wallace, even though Rasheed Wallace had a long career, but the foot problems he started having. Maybe if they did that with him, maybe he could have played till he was 40 years old, like a Garnett. But you get what I'm going with that. I think this okay. It's an okay strategy for the older players. The younger players need to get out there and play. But don't blame the players, blame the management. But I don't agree with Metta World Peace saying these games are meaningless because fans are purchasing these games and they're not meaningless, okay? So that's just my take on it. Tell me what you guys think.